In the ancient African village of Umachuku, where the villagers honored traditions and villagers roamed in sacred festivals, lived a kind-hearted girl named Udoka. She was known for her generous heart, always sharing her food, helping the elderly, and showing kindness to those in need. But for months, a fearsome masquerade had been tormenting her. The masquerade, called Ohonmou, Divu Masquerade, would appear from the shadows of the great Iroko tree, blocking her path, shoving her, and taking her food. Many feared masquerades, believing them to be spirits of their ancestors, and so did Udoka. But unlike the others, this masquerade seemed to target only her. One fateful evening, as Udoka walked the narrow path leading to the village square, the masquerade jumped out again. "Give me your food," it growled, extending its hands, its voice deep and menacing. But this time, Udoka noticed something different, the way the masquerade limped slightly, the way it stood close enough that she could smell the faint scent of firewood smoke and palm oil. It was familiar. Then, the wind blew, lifting a part of its tattered costume, and Udoka saw something shocking, a cloth she recognized. Her eyes widened. That was Obina's wrapper. Obina, the quiet, frail boy from her neighborhood. The same boy she had been sharing her food with, helping whenever she could. The same boy who always smiled shyly when she gave him a little extra from her meals. The realization hit her like a thunderbolt. The person who had been bullying and stealing from her was the very person she had been showing kindness to. The villagers were beginning to gather, curious about the scene. And then, Udoka did something that no one expected. She took one bold step forward. The masquerade, startled, took a step back. The villagers gasped, expecting her to scream or run. Instead, Udoka raised her hand and slapped him. A sharp, echoing slap that sent the mask flying off his face. The crowd gasped. Obina stood there, frozen, his face now fully revealed. He looked like silence had swallowed his voice. "The masquerades are not spirits after all," the crowd whispered in surprise. The silence was deafening. And then, Udoka did something even more shocking, she started laughing. Not a cruel laugh, not a mocking one, but a soft, sad laugh. Tears dripped from her eyes as she laughed. "Obina," she said, shaking her head, "you didn't have to do this. I was already giving you food. All you had to do was ask for more." Obina fell to his knees, tears brimming in his eyes. "I was ashamed," he muttered. "I didn't want to beg. So I thought, if you feared me, you would give me more." The villagers murmured among themselves. Some wanted him punished, but Udoka shook her head. "Punishing him will not change his hunger," she said. "Let's help him instead." And just like that, the tormentor became the one in need of mercy. From that day, Obina never had to steal again. The village elders ensured he was fed, and he became one of Udoka's most loyal friends, forever grateful for her unexpected strength, wisdom, and shocking act of forgiveness. Moral of the story: sometimes, those who hurt us are the ones in need of kindness the most. True strength is not in revenge, but in knowing when to correct with firmness and when to forgive with wisdom. The best way to defeat fear is through courage, and the best way to correct evil is through understanding.